I think the biggest thing that is going on right now is a change that's occurring in the industry, which is this awareness of the opportunities and the convergence of TV and digital. And we're spending a tremendous amount of time with both our agency and brand clients on how they are using their linear TV plans and amplifying those into digital video as well as social video. And that idea of being able to kind of like plan what you're doing in linear and digital as complements as opposed to in silos is a tremendous opportunity. It's a core focus for many of our clients. It's a core area of investment for us that we've been releasing a lot of new capabilities around.
And why in the TV industry should we be excited about the opportunities afforded by convergence? What does it mean for TV companies?
So there's something really interesting when you take a closer look in the data around convergence. So there's a lot of talk, the hype cycle in our industry has been around connected TV, and for very good reasons. Right, so almost all of us have a connected TV device at home, whether that's a smart TV or a Roku or a Fire Stick or Chromecast. Right, there's this incredible wealth of devices that we can utilize at home that make our TVs a lot smarter. They're connected. Okay, but if you look at the data, what you see is that in 2018, addressable TV, kind of all the set-top box kind of ability to insert ads, accounted for almost maybe 4% of the market, relatively small. Connected TV. 10% of TV ad spend last year was in connected TV. 85% was in linear. And even when you look forward the next 3 years into 2022, there's dramatic growth within connected TV. Addressables, I think, projected to go to about like 13 or 14%. CTV will be a full third of the industry. But the flip side of that is 50% or more is still going to be traditional linear. And that's not always going to be the same across every demographic kind of slice. You have cord cutters, you have cord nevers, and so younger audiences will skew more to CTV. But for most brands, it's about using a combination of them. And the opportunity that also creates for the broadcasters and other publishers and distributors is that if they engage as they have been, if they continue to engage in data-driven audience-first strategies, it means that they can start packaging their media simply as a function of audience, regardless of whether it's linear or digital. It's simply audience.
So when you talk to brands and agencies, what can they do in digital that they really want to bring to TV?
There's so much. I mean, the ability to utilize a brand's first-party data to understand a definition of audience. It may be who are consumers who have visited a brand's website but did not actually convert. And that conversion doesn't necessarily mean a product purchase. It could be an insurance company, and it's for quotes or lead generation. So historically, the planning teams have had to use some type of buy demo as a proxy for that audience. And there's so much inefficiency in that. So the ability to take that digital audience data for definition of your strategic target that you're going to use across linear TV, connected TV, digital video, social video, treat that as a single audience, and then to be able to tie business KPIs that you can measure and then be able to evaluate your performance across all those channels is incredibly powerful. So who did convert? What was their channel exposures? What was the relative contribution of those channels? That's fairly revolutionary, quite honestly, from where the industry has been.
And a final word, what do sell-side TV companies that want to lean into these kinds of developments need to do? What priorities should they be trying to execute against?
So the really good news is we're seeing, I think, across the board in the last 6 months or so, pretty recently, almost all of them leaning in more than you would have expected on being able to do several things. The first is use of data. So working as really much more of a partner as opposed to just a vendor, but a partner to the large agencies and being able to utilize a brand's first-party data to understand not just what is premium content, but what is premium audience as defined by the buyer. And then they're making really good progress towards being able to package that so that what they're selling is not just linear or digital, it's linear and digital as a function of that audience. And we're seeing a desire to move towards being able to create fluidity in how that budget gets allocated. There's a lot of systems and technology which need to be deployed in order for them to utilize that. They also have to focus on what is their revenue yield optimization. These are actually some capabilities that we assist the sell side with. But ultimately, I think there's a pretty fundamental shift in being much more collaborative and partnership based in how they're working together.